In this video, I want to talk about 3 things that I've learned in the 3 years I've been going gray. Hi, I'm Lynn, and I inspire women to go naturally silver and to embrace the best versions of themselves. The first thing that I discovered when I went gray is that I became my harshest critic. I have officially been growing out my silver hair for 3 years, and since I decided to keep it long for my entire journey, I'm still not even fully transitioned yet. And while we usually are concerned about what other people are going to think about our decision to go gray, it's really having to come to terms with what you think about going gray. The months leading up to my decision to go gray were very difficult. I went back and forth with the decision. I tormented myself with negative thoughts about my own silver hair journey before I had even started. What would my family, my friends, my coworkers, my boss think about it? What about that lady at the grocery store? What would people think about me going gray? Am I going to look old? Isn't gray hair for old people? Don't I want to look as young as I can for as long as I can? Or if I go gray, am I officially giving up? These were the thoughts that spun around in my head during the time I was deciding to go gray, even though I wanted to do it. It's almost as if I was trying to talk myself out of ditching the dye, even though I wanted to. How crazy is that? It wasn't until I shifted my own perspective, my own negative beliefs about silver hair, and began replacing those negative thoughts and beliefs with positive ones that I was able to finally commit to ditching the dye. So instead of thinking, I'm gonna look so old with silver hair, I started thinking, I'm gonna rock that silver hair. I replaced silver hair is dull and wiry, and it's showing that I'm letting myself go, with my silver hair is shiny and healthy and vibrant and absolutely fabulous. You see the difference? In so many things in life, it's that inner voice that keeps you from achieving that best version of yourself. And the more that you think negatively about something, even if it's something that you really want to do, the more negativity you will bring to you. When I was on the fence about ditching the dye, I solicited the opinions of a lot of people around me, most of whom were coloring their hair. So naturally, they were going to tell me all the reasons I should not go gray and I should not ditch the dye. It wasn't until I shifted my own thoughts and feelings about gray hair that I began to find other people who shared my opinion, and I developed a radiating confidence. In fact, my confidence soared to the extent that many of the people who well-intentionally tried to advise me to not go gray started to take notice. They actually became my biggest supporters, and a couple of them have even started their own silver hair journeys. Another interesting thing that I found is that in general, younger people are going to be more supportive of your decision to go gray than older people. I am Generation X, that small, often ignored, quiet generation between boomer and millennial. The generation raised on Brat Pack movies like 16 Candles and Breakfast Club, and of course the MTV generation, when it was music videos. What I have observed is that both men and women of the boomer era have felt the most need to comment on my silver hair, but actually have the most negative things to say about it when compared to millennials and Gen Z. I found this to be a very interesting phenomenon, and I've heard this from other women who've ditched the dye as well. I think this might be true for a few reasons. The boomer generation was the generation that lived through the time when the world shifted from a place where women who colored their hair were ridiculed to a place where hair dye technology evolved and was so heavily marketed that you were seen as an anomaly if you didn't color your hair. They observed women going from being at home to entering the workforce, and maintaining a youthful appearance to have a competitive edge in the workplace became the gold standard for most women. And with that, hair dye. From older people, I generally heard the comments such as, why on earth would you ever want to let your hair go gray? It's going to age you. Understand that when you receive comments like these, it has nothing to do with you. Comments like these have absolutely nothing to do with you, but have everything to do with the person who's making the comment. It's a reflection of their thoughts and beliefs and their own view of gray hair for them. Now, millennials and Gen Z, on the other hand, have proven to be the most accepting of going silver. I was recently approached at the gym by a girl who was probably Gen Z, and she asked me where I got my hair done because she loved the color. When I told her it was natural, she couldn't believe it. She actually said she couldn't wait to go gray. In fact, even my younger coworkers have said, it's so cool. I can't wait to go gray. I hope my gray hair looks just like yours. Since going gray, I've also been hit on by younger men. And millennials and Gen Z have actually managed to make gray hair trendy, although I like to think of it as just another color choice. The gray hair trend is actually attributed to Jean-Paul Gaultier, who featured gray hair on all of his models in his fall-winter 2011 show. In his catwalk show in 2015 Paris Fashion Week, he again included silver-haired models along with other designers like Chanel. In the years that followed, many celebrities started sporting the gray hair trend, like Lady Gaga, Pink, and Rihanna. The fact that the younger generation is embracing gray hair as a trend and a color choice and something that should be embraced and shown to the world makes me feel excited for a generation of women who will accept their own gray hair as it comes in, and with it, the confidence of being comfortable in your own hair color. And the third surprising thing that I learned in 3 years of going gray is that you will grow in ways that have nothing to do with the color of your hair. This one is perhaps the most difficult for somebody to understand who hasn't been on this journey for themselves. After making the difficult decision to go gray and skipping those first few hair appointments, you obsessively begin to try to conceal the grow out. Camouflage the skunk stripe, spray the roots with root touch-up spray, check in the mirror for millimeters of growth. It is, after all, about hair color, isn't it? But then something within starts to change. That initial self-consciousness begins to fade away just like your old hair color does. And you begin to gain a confidence in yourself, a badass feeling of both letting go and receiving and embracing at the same time. We let go of the habits, beliefs, and rituals that have been imposed upon us by society and other people, and we come into our own, something truly magical happens. For those who have spent decades covering up their gray, the only way to get to silver is to go through to silver. Enjoy your journey. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.